Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're participating from. You're welcome to this edition of the Next Board, and I'm super excited to have you joining us today. So today is going to be a very interesting episode because today we're going to be talking about something that is on the mind of every young person: questions about remote jobs. So today we're going to be talking about the pathway to remote job, the career edition, and super excited to have someone in the studio with us, a very delectable guest, someone who inspires me personally a lot and also the young people around. And he's going to be talking to us about this pathway to remote jobs. And he's the co-founder of Easy Media, Mr. Ikechukwu Onu.
Thank you so much for having me. Pleasure.
It's so good to have you here.
Thank you so much. Hi everyone. My name is Ikechukwu Onu, like you rightly said, and I'm a co-founder of Easy Media. And it's a wonderful topic, actually, because a lot of people, this kind of like the era of remote jobs,
yeah.
a lot of people want to switch their career.
Yes, everybody wants, people are asking questions, they want to jump on.
Exactly. So it's kind of like the trend now as well. So the pathway to remote jobs, it's something that a lot of people want to really key into.
Yeah.
Even those that just finished or just graduated from school,
Yeah.
or those that are also still working and they want to get into tech.
Yeah.
Because tech is like the
new oil money. Let me put oil, yeah, the oil money now. So.
Yeah, so a lot of people want to get into tech, but they don't really know how to do it. So they already want to start working remotely because of the waking up every day, the hustle and bustle
of 9 to 5.
9 to 5. Well, basically, it's still 9 to 5 you do remotely.
Yes.
But it's that you're at the comfort of your home doing it than, let's say, jumping bus, if you have cars and
the traffic, all those things, yes.
Exactly. So remote, it's like the way forward these days for a lot of companies or even industry, not just Nigeria, outside as well.
And also because of I think the AI, the advantage of AI in the world today. So
yeah,
everything is just tilting towards that.
Everything is tilting towards that, and it's also very competitive. When you talk about AI now,
yes.
Just looking at
that's another broad subject on its own.
Broad area itself. When it comes to good jobs, it's also a good thing, and it also has its side effects.
Okay, so I just want to get right because there are a lot of questions that these young people have that I'm going to be asking you, and I'm sure our audience will also have questions that would also come up later. But so I have some questions that we'd like to ask you. So how can one switch careers without starting all over? So how can I switch into the remote jobs without starting all over?
It's possible for anyone to switch into working remotely without starting over because for some companies now they start adopting the remote. Some companies do remote first, some companies do hybrid as well. So if you want to switch into doing remote job, it's either, let's say, you want to really switch your career entirely. So there are two things. You want to switch into doing remote jobs. Maybe you have to look for companies that offer hybrid or remote job that will still do the same thing you're doing in your present company. But if you want to switch career that will help you work remotely itself, so that's also a different pathway itself. But if you want, those are like two different aspects.
Okay.
But it's also very easy for you to switch on both aspects itself.
Okay.
But I'll just focus on switching careers itself. It's let's say for example you are working as a banker now, and you want to start working remotely. Bankers are very busy.
Yes.
Itself. They close from work late, but you want to start having time with your family, but so you're working remotely.
Yeah.
So it's easy for you to do that, but me saying easy, it also takes a lot of time and investment itself for you to do such kind of things.
In yourself, investment in yourself.
In yourself, exactly. Investment in yourself because you need to know what aspects you want to move into. that
Mm.
supports remote role.
Mm-hmm.
Not every role or not every job can be fully remote.
Okay.
So there are some jobs that you can do remotely, but you have to now look into yourself to see if, oh, am I passionate on some certain things, and will that also help in accommodating like a remote job? So I can say for a banker now, let's say a financial analyst.
Mm.
Because I'm a financial analyst in the bank I'm working in, I can say, oh, let me take trainings on data analysis
Analysis. Okay.
itself, and that would help because it's kind of like it falls under the same analytical aspect
Okay.
of it.
Yes.
So because of you already have that
Background.
background
Yeah.
in it, you can now move into that aspect. And surprisingly, you can also be working in the fintech aspect
But
of that data analytics, which is a plus for you because you have that background as banking. If you're a lawyer too, it's lawyer do they do a lot of research.
yeah.
So
So
it's going to even help them that if they say, "Oh, I'm a lawyer now, I want to move into the aspect of tech,
yeah.
switch career to tech, and let's say product marketing, even digital marketing." Because we do a lot of market research. Whereas a lawyer, you do a lot of research in terms of
And then a lot of
cases,
writing. You have to report it
a lot of
in
writing.
details. In
Even
details.
yeah, if you can do that, you can also do digital marketing. There's content writing, there's technical writing. As far as you can really write a detailed report, detailed content, because it's based on what your the conversation you had with the person.
Yeah.
Then if you can write it down, communication is very key, especially when you want to go into remote role. Communication is very key because you're not seeing the person physically,
Yeah.
so
But
you need to all communicate clearly.
clearly, so that the person can understand you, and
Exactly.
not someone that is maybe relaxed or.
So, and you know, when because remotely, if you type on certain things, you might not really know the expressions in which the person is
Yes.
sending the message.
Mm.
So, there's some sort of like emotional intelligence in that aspect as well to understand what the person is typing.
And what person say? Okay,
Yeah.
so now, how do I know that remote job is right for me?
Uh, it depends on you. You need to really assess yourself. You need to because I cannot tell you that remote job is right for you.
Okay.
It's you yourself that you need to sit down and really assess yourself in
Okay.
terms of
What do I really want, right? Or
not only what you really want, because you need to know where you want to go, focus on itself.
okay.
You need to know if you can communicate effectively, like you rightly said. Because if you're at home and you're not with your team members, so you cannot just walk up to the person is seeing you physically and you're expressing yourself and they can say, oh, you're happy or you're not sending this message in a harsh tone.
Mm.
If you can communicate your writing effectively, that's good. If you can, let's say the other aspect is not just communicating. If they can really trust you in terms of they give you deliverables and you keep to it, you deliver on time.
Mm.
You don't need somebody to always be monitoring you,
Pushing
like an
you.
external party to always be monitoring your activity itself.
Mm.
Then perfectly the remote job is good
Good
for
for
you.
you.
If you're also not, um, let's say, distracted, because you can be at home distracted with a lot of activity, depending on how your space is, where you're working at home. Maybe you have kids, so you have neighbors. If you can really keep to like time management itself, so that it's perfect for you. So if you can do those three things are kind of key.
Mm.
So if you can focus on those things, then possibly pass.
Okay, so what remote jobs are beginner friendly?
Uh, Beginner friendly is, let's say, virtual assistant is kind of like beginner friendly. If you can do administrative work and do some certain things, it's beginner friendly as well. Content writing, I would say beginner friendly. If you can write
Mm.
well, that's beginner friendly. Social media management, if as far as you have a social media account itself. You can be a social media manager by creating content. As far as you update your content, like by personally,
Yeah.
you can pick that up and be doing it for people around you.
Mm.
Definitely, you must know. A lot of people are entrepreneurs now,
Yeah.
so you definitely know at least two people that have a brand or doing business. You can as well pitch to them and say, "Oh, I can manage your page for you." and just start taking pictures and posting it online or creating good content. As far as you are used to social media, then that's good.
Okay. Wow, amazing. So now I wanted to ask, so do I need a tech background to work remotely? Do I need a tech background?
You don't really need a tech background to work remotely itself, but tech literacy is key itself. It's very important for you to be, um, well, I say, tech literacy is key. So, but you don't need a tech background. Like I said earlier, even if you are a banker or a lawyer or you did economics in school, economics education or PhD, you don't need that. I don't have a tech background in terms of I graduated with a different degree
Yeah.
itself, but I'm into tech itself.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people too that are my classmates then. They are totally into tech. There are some that did human kinetics, which is like PhD sports. But the guy is a DevOps now itself. So there is someone that is also studied economics. The person is doing business analysis now. So it's you don't really need to have that tech, but let's say you don't need to study computer science in school for you to be able to go into tech. Any certificate you are done with in your university, you can still switch into tech at any point in time, no matter the age itself.
Wow, amazing. So that means you don't need a tech background to actually work remotely.
Yeah.
So are online certifications enough to get remote jobs?
No, they are not. If anybody's telling you that, they are not enough. So you can. It's good to have certification. It's very important because that's what they see in your CV. When you're applying, that's what they see
Yeah.
in your CV. So that will get you in. But what will really keep you in that job is the skills itself, not just the certification. You can just get certificate, have a lot of certificate, but to do the actual job, that's what's going to keep you in the job itself.
Okay, wait, but what I'm asking now, but the thing is that the certification itself, for example, certifications from, let me say, Udemy, certifications from Coursera, like IBM, those kind of certifications now,
Yeah.
if someone should go online, study these things, and get certifications, are those particular certifications enough to get the jobs? Not maybe writing those professional exams, like, for example, for those,
Oh,
like, just that, like, for those in the professional, maybe
space. Let's say doing some professional exam like
yes,
Azure
yes, the heads,
that
exactly,
you renew every year.
the head. So can the
So,
certification like Udemy get you on that?
for that, it depends on the job you're applying for. So for the jobs you're applying for, in the job description, you see their requirements. Some of them might tell you they require this and that certification itself. So if you have that, then that's cool. So that's why it's always good if you are trying to move into any um, switching careers itself. You need to have some certain level of professional certification.
Okay.
Professional certification is key. Not Udemy is good, but Udemy, I won't say
Jo-
Udemy is
Yes,
a platform for you to get a professional certification that is recognized.
yes,
So bodies like Coursera, yeah, Coursera is okay, Udacity is okay, IBM, Microsoft, Google, those certifications are well recognized. It depends on the industry
okay,
itself. Yeah, that will help.
okay. So how do I explain a career switch in my CV or
Hmm. Explaining career switch in your CV, yes, definitely that's what a lot of people would have difficulty um, doing. But for you to do that, you have to be honest in your career switch itself, or in your CV.
CV? You have to be honest.
In your CV. But it's
Honest.
easy for you to. It depends on what the job you're applying for. Like I said, it's going to help you. That's why you don't have one CV for all the job roles you're applying for. If you're applying for a particular job, you have to fine tune your CV to match or fit in
To the role
to
that
the role you're
yeah.
applying for. So if you're like let's say like if like you're a banker now, you can always explain that my banking experience, based on my banking or my experience as a banker, and the analytical skills I have and attention to details that helped me in this career. Let's say you're switching from um, banking to data analytics. So your banking experience is definitely is a plus for you when you're switching to for data analytics.
Yeah.
Banking experience, um, let's say the financial analyst part is going to help you. You can find a way of coining the two and putting the two in terms of that transferable skills
Okay.
itself. Transferable skills like attention to details,
Yeah.
communication,
Okay.
and analytical skills. Those are like skills you can use.
Negotiation, right? Those type.
Negotiation
Yeah.
depends on where you're getting into. Let's say if you're even, let's say you're a customer relationship person in the banking industry.
Yeah.
This can help you in your tech career. Let's say you're applying for a customer success role in like a SaaS company. So,
Yeah. Now talking about soft skills. What are some of the soft skills that you just were listening? Some of the soft skills that
like
these employers look for.
like like I mentioned, communication is very key. As in the very key aspect. Communication not just like writing, also when you're having like a video call.
Yeah.
Yes, that is very key. I um, attention to details itself is very key. Problem solving skill is very key. Reporting is very key. These are skills you can transfer from different careers.
Yeah.
Research is very key. In this industry, you need to do research. No matter the space you're in, you do research on your competitor itself. So you need to understand those aspects and doing research in terms of trying to get solutions to a particular problem itself. So that will help. So these skills are key and very important in basically, will I say all roles or most of the roles itself that you want to apply for even your career journey. You need those.
Okay. Amazing. So now, are we saying that remote jobs are they stable or they're just trendy, just for the trend? So are they stable or just for the trend? Because everyone is jumping on it, everybody wants to get. So is it a trend or is it actually very stable?
Remote job is here to stay. Let me put it that way because a lot of companies have been on the remote paths.
Yeah.
Some companies went immediately from the startup to where they are now. They are being on the remote paths. Things of companies like Shopify, Automatic, they are on the remote path ever since. So remote job became a trend or a buzzword after the COVID era itself.
Yeah.
A lot of people started keying into remote jobs itself. Well, remote jobs have been there for a long time. It's here to stay. It's kind of like I say permanent itself, but it's here to stay. It can't leave. That's why some companies that are not really doing remote previously are switched to let's say hybrid.
Yeah.
Maybe one day you work from home, the remaining 4 days you come to the office, or 2 days work from home, 3 days in the office. So they still adopting
Those
that.
into their structure.
Yes.
Okay, so how do I find remote job opportunities? Like how do I find them?
So there are various platforms to use. To be honest, there are various platforms to use, and there are platforms that don't really support Nigeria that we're in.
Yeah.
So, or Africa. So a lot of the remote jobs might see are like US, UK,
Europe, yeah.
those area. But Nigeria, you will hardly see. But when you see them, it's a little bit competitive in a way. But I would say finding remote jobs, there are some key things you just have to look at when you're searching. You can always there's LinkedIn. At least I know for me myself, my career path, I got like 2 jobs from LinkedIn. Are not like applying itself. You're just getting yourself out there through LinkedIn itself, and also there's Indeed. So there are platforms where on LinkedIn now. If you search for the job role, you have to put in remote. In your job search, even on Google, you have to put in remote in it, so you see the remote jobs. There are some companies that put remote. There are some companies that put anywhere in the world. You can apply from anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, they accept Africa. Some companies will attach Africa as a location. So you look out for those job description and actually put remote um, anywhere in the world or Africa. So yeah, they accept Africans or Nigerians. So like I said, LinkedIn has helped me. Indie also they are okay. We work remotely too. They have some good jobs there. There's Angel List as well. And those platforms are a lot of them you see are tech
Yeah.
jobs itself. So you need to be in that space for you to get those kind of like remote jobs.
Amazing. So, then how should I build a personal brand online for remote jobs? Is there a need to build a personal brand?
Yeah,
There's a need. So, how do I now build a personal brand online?
there's a need to really build a personal brand. The personal brand is also like your CV as well that people see online.
Well,
So, how to do that is, let's say, for example, now since we're working based on career path itself, your LinkedIn. As an individual, anyway, you need to have a LinkedIn. As soon as you are working, you have a job, you're working for a company, you need to have a LinkedIn account first. And that LinkedIn account should be optimized. Optimized in terms of if you are a web developer, you need to optimize your LinkedIn to have the key aspects, your picture, your headlines, your bio, your your work experience that aligns to
what
the
you want
way
people to know you for, right?
yeah, exactly what people to know you for. Then apart from that, consistent updates, consistent content on LinkedIn and also various social media platforms that you are on. You need to be posting content, videos, pictures, or the kind of work you do. Then create portfolio itself. Having that portfolio will help you
That's what I've done before.
what you've done before. And if even if you don't have a client, you don't have a job, but as far as let's say you're a graphic designer, you need to start creating content. You can also just pick a popular brand
And do something
and
for them.
just redesign it for them. I've seen people also get jobs in that way. You see, I've seen someone redesign a banking app itself. The banking app is looking ugly. I cannot even say the particular bank itself. The app was looking ugly. The guy did the UI UX of the app and he
He
shared it on
pitched.
Twitter. Shared it on Twitter and tagged them, and a lot of people liked it and he said tagging the bank itself. So
Wow.
I think the guy got a job in that aspect as well. So there's some people that you can do that and pitch to these different companies
Companies.
itself. It's for you to know what you want to do, the kind of company you want to work for. Then you can be on that path of saying, oh, let me create some certain portfolio that would be beneficial for this particular company and pitch to them. And LinkedIn is a platform where you can see everybody working for that company. You can easily send a DM to that person or tag the person. So it's you can do kind of like in marketing, they call it cold outreach.
Hold on.
So
Wow.
you just reach out to that person and introduce yourself and show
What you
you've
can do.
done, what you can do. And if some people come in through internship because I've seen people that they are done with learning
The basic.
the particular
Yeah.
skill and they want to really get a hands-on working experience,
Yeah.
practical experience with it. They really send emails or send messages to people that are also working in some of the brands that will need their skill set and they'll pitch in to come in as an intern. So once you're an intern for that company, you're already one leg into being a full-time staff.
Yeah.
So that helps.
So now, should I, for those, so because like you said, I was switching career. So should I quit my job first before getting a new job, or should I before I should?
I always advise people that they should not even try that thing. In this our economy, you want to quit your job when you don't have a second one that is fully it's that no, I won't advise anybody because basically switching career it's
Mm,
time consuming and it's financial. You need finances to do that because you need to pay for some courses
yeah.
and you need to also be able to take care of yourself till you get a good job.
Job.
So if you don't have emergency fund stock somewhere that it will keep you for a period
while.
of time, because the trainings you get, let's say you want to switch career like a web developer, it's not a 1 month training that will be enough for you. You need like some institutes that will tell you 6 months, some will tell you 1 year
Yeah.
itself. So for you to be, if you quit your job and start taking that training, do you have enough funds that will keep you for a year plus itself? Because after learning for 6 months or 1 year, you still have to look for a job for a particular period of time. So if you don't have enough emergency fund or have what do they call it again? These funds where rich people have funds stuck somewhere
For their children.
children.
Is it trust fund?
Trust fund, exactly. You don't have trust fund stuck somewhere.
Okay. So what tools, like for a starter, although talk about that, what tools generally do remote workers use daily? So what tools that okay can help? What tools can I use as a remote worker?
So
If
there
I'm transitioning.
so there are a lot of tools that you could use. So I'll say it's easy for you. You don't need to learn all the tools
Yeah, okay.
itself. You don't need to learn all. You can learn on the job itself, and you can even use them. A lot of them are paid, but even the paid tools have like 7 days free trial or maximum 1 days free trial. So you can always just sign up with your email and use those tools just for you to have that visual representation of this how the tool works and all that stuff. And then YouTube for you to learn those tools. So well, a lot of tools that we remote workers use for meetings. They use like Google Meet, Microsoft Teams. Some people use Zoom and Zoho for meetings. I think Zoho as well. Yeah, Zoho. So that's for meetings. For content in terms of document sharing, a lot of companies use either Google Docs or Microsoft itself, Office 365, because it has like a sort of the Microsoft Office and Excel and the rest.
Yeah.
So it just depends on the industry. For project managers like Asana, Jira,
Yeah.
Trello, so
Yes.
those ones are there.
Notion. They also add
Like
Notion.
Notion.
Some use Notion.
Notion is kind of like fast. You can use
Yes,
Notion
for a
that.
lot of things.
You can use Notion for content, calendar, structuring it for the social media person. So there are various tools. So it now depends on the industry you are in, and depends on the tools the company is using itself.
Okay. So, how much can I earn while working remotely? Like, when you talk about earnings, because money is important. So, for those that want to, okay, what are we looking at? Like around what range?
I can't
Say.
categorically say the potential earnings
Okay.
that each individual will get.
Okay.
But like one thing I'll say is um, there are various like platforms that will show you like the average salary for different roles itself
Yeah.
you want to apply for. You can use that as a motivating factor if you want to switch
career? Yeah.
switch career itself to a remote job because that's a motivating factor. But it depends on you as an individual. It depends on the company where the company is offering. But a lot of times I would say it depends on where the company you're working for. So you can work for a Nigerian company itself and remotely, but the pay might not make sense in a way compared to others. If you're working for a foreign company and the pay will make sense. So it depends on the company you're working for.
Okay.
So, but remote career is good, and the earning potential is based on you. You can earn as much as $500 in a month or in a week.
Wow.
Depends on you. Can earn as much as 1,000. Can earn as much as 6,000, $8,000, or either dollars or pounds.
Or whatever currency.
Or whatever currency, but definitely it's if it's not good, if the pay is not good,
people will not be doing
people will not be doing it. If it's because you are working remotely, like you have a lot of time for yourself. So sometimes that is what a lot of people focus on, like work-life balance.
Yeah.
Itself is key. If you are doing the normal 9 to 5 and facing the hustle and bustle, the road, traffic, and the rest, you might not likely have time for your family. You might have time for yourself. But if you're at home or in a workspace, you can really control the time that you have as far as you're delivering. That's the key part.
So, does it take long to switch careers to get it? Does it take long? Or
it doesn't, and it does. It depends on the individual how fast you can learn. So why I said this is because I know someone that switched career
in 3 months.
And also I switch career in 3 months and got a remote job that pays well and is comfortable.
Wow.
So in 3 months. So that's also some institutes where you want to apply, because not really apply, where you want to um register to learn this cosmetic trainings. They'll tell you 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. It depends. I'm not a fan of um um for you as a beginner you want to learn this particular thing and they're telling you no, not really 1 year is also okay. I mean, they're telling you like um 4 Saturdays or 2 Saturdays, that are weekend classes or in 2 weeks. I'm not really comfortable with that. If that is just going to be like a crash course for you to now move into the main course, well, I will feel okay. That's fine. The number of hours they invest in the training, but I would support any course that would take you like 3 months, 6 months. I know they're in depth. You need to see what they are going to teach you. I need to compare it with what others are doing and what the job you're applying for. If you're a web developer now, for example, you need to see the course outline or the course details they're going to take you on for those 3 months. You compare it with what the industry is saying about this particular career and the earning potential with it.
Yeah.
So once you've seen that, then you're okay. If anybody tells you you can be a web developer in 2 weekends,
Wow.
I won't support that entirely.
Okay. So now, but is remote work, is it lonely? Or how do I stay connected? Or
Is it lonely? It can be. It can be lonely, especially when it can be lonely and it cannot be. It can be lonely if you're the only one, let's say, in your vicinity and you're working.
yeah.
Definitely, that's already lonely in entire itself. So that's why there is co-working space.
Okay.
It's as well. So you can always move into different co-working space. There are a lot of co-working space around
Yeah.
because of the remote trend or the remote era itself. So you can always walk up to different co-working space and work from there. If you are in your house and you don't like going to co-working space, then you can always have communication with your team members itself. That's why you need to have when you're working. That's why that communication is better. It's very key because you can have meetings with your team members and interact with them, but you're still working itself. So it can, if it's lonely for you, there's co-working space, find the co-working space. You
Okay.
need to people that are like minds like you.
All right. So, but does it offer growth opportunities? Do remote jobs offer growth opportunities?
Yes, it's kind of like the same. It's the same thing when you're in a physical workspace itself.
Okay.
So it depends on the
Company
company.
itself.
The company, if there is a growth opportunity in that company, and in the department or role you are in, yes, definitely. But if there is none, and you want to look for a company that has that, you can always switch. It depends on the company. The growth opportunity depends on the company itself, and also depends on you. Let's say you're a content marketer now for a particular company and you want to switch into a full-time digital marketing person.
Yeah.
You can start taking that training, and if your company don't have that role or don't have that opportunity to hire somebody as that digital marketing person itself, they can always switch company itself to look for another company that
Can
will hire you.
Wow, amazing, amazing thoughts. Like I've been so. Thank you so much. And yeah, so finally, I wanted to ask, if you were to give non-negotiable principles that anyone who wants to transition from their career path to now the remote jobs that they should adhere to. So what would be those non-negotiable principles that you think that anyone who wants to transition should imbibe or should work with?
Um, I'll say first, don't quit your job. Yes,
Okay.
don't quit your job unless you have a very substantial amount of emergency funds somewhere gets that can keep you for a long period of time. So if you have that, then you can consider that aspect itself, because you need that to keep body and soul together
Okay.
for a period of time till you get a good job.
Yeah.
Then so and also be able to understand or kind of like focus on what you really want to do and have that passion. It should be something that you are really passionate about
Okay.
itself. Definitely, you are switching career because the money itself. That one is agreed. It's not. It's the money is there.
Yeah.
That's the motivating factor. But if you don't have that passion or that zeal to continue with the job, it will be a struggle. You might do it for a while and just quit itself. So you should also just look into yourself and see something particular area you would love to do for a long term. Then apart from that, being consistent with learning because it's the era we're in. There's always new stuff coming in every single time. So
Yeah.
you need to unlearn and relearn whatever you've been, even the stuff you're being taught in your in the course or training center. The people that take courses to instructors, they update it
Yeah.
because there's something new.
New that come.
So don't say, oh, because you learned this and that's the knowledge you have for forever. So not work out that way. Always learn new stuff. Then apart from that, always be consistent. It's not easy as it seems to for you once you just switch career you get a job.
Yeah.
It's not easy as it seems. The industry is also competing in a way.
Yeah. It is.
But it takes consistency to really get that job and take some strategic thinking, strategic ways of applying. Like I said, the cold outreach. You can see the job opening there. And even in that job opening, you see the person hiring. But if you're strategic about it, you can as well, it's not really like cutting corners in a way. You can as well just reach out to the HR person and send the person your CV and the application. To me, I'll say that's a way of getting your name in that person's face.
Yeah.
You might get the HR's email, and when you submit your application, the person might see it. It might be a good thing and a bad thing. The person might see your name. So when you're not checking the pool of people that have applied, your name will still ring the bell easily. So that's kind of like a way, but it might be a good thing and a bad thing
So
itself. There's some people that will just see your application and tell you, send it to the right portal. This is the right portal. But the main thing is that your name,
register your presence.
Yes.
That's the important thing. So now you're saying consistency in your updates, like in whatever you're doing, and then something you have passion for. Like you have to choose because you can lose interest along the way. It's not something that you have passion for, and then also not to quit your job if you've not gotten something that can sustain you till you're able to transition. All right, wow, amazing. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing such beautiful things with us today. I'm glad that everyone who's listening, they picked one or two things that are going to work on and then practice. Thank you. So on behalf of the Next Sport team, I'd like to say thank you so much. Thank you for being here with us. We love you and we do appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is really lovely, and I think I'll just have this on my workspace.
Ooh, wow, amazing.
I love Woo itself, and it works perfectly.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you for sharing. I'm sure the viewers have so much, they've learned so much and actually have more questions that we can also still ask you. So thank you so much for joining us today. And so I'd like for you to share with us your final thoughts.
So career transition it takes time and it requires patience and it requires strategic thinking and it requires a lot of efforts. So you need to be consistent with it, not just you say you want to switch career now and after like a week or 1 month you forget about the idea and come back later on. So you need to also be consistent. But I'll say for you to start where you are and use what you have and do what you can do itself.
Wow.
That would help you.
Wow. Start where you are, use what you have and
do what you can do.
do what you can do. Thank you so much. Wow. It has been an amazing time, just listening to our guests sharing such insight with us about switching careers and with the remote jobs, the pathway to remote jobs. And you heard what he said. He said, start where you are, use what you have, and then do what you can do. Thank you so much to all our viewers for joining us today for this particular episode. See you at our next episode. Thank you and bye for now.